Good evening, everybody. Welcome back, FSB Racing Friday night Winston Cup Series action. I'm your host, John Reap, here with my partner in crime, Milt Minter Jr., as well as Jeff Habak and Adam Simonik, joining us once again in the booth. Thanks for joining us, and welcome back, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, Darlington. Matt Watkins in this race because he used to live right down the street.
He is in this race
every day when he went to work.
So he is in this race, and you see he is sitting there P4. He's on the outside of the second row.
Let me tell you. All right, that's my pick. That's it.
There you go. It's hard to bet against Matkins. Greetings, and look at that. Chris Beckman coming back on the pole here at the Lady in Black. Jim Christopherson, Mark DeSenza, Ken Hansen rounding out your top five. This is a tough track. This is a different version than we're used to running. You see me looking here right at Victory Lane where these guys are all trying to go because the pit camera is kind of an odd angle in this one. When you switch it, yeah, that wasn't as good a backdrop. So we'll go with the Victory Lane, the Bojangles Southern 500 logo there. Fantastic track, historic track, one of my all-time favorites. Just a slightly different version than we're used to running. If you don't know the story of this track, it's got this odd egg shape, famously caused by the farmer nearby had this minnow pond that he didn't want them to fill in, so they narrowed one end of the track, and the result was an absolutely iconic racetrack in the history of NASCAR. What is currently turn 1 and 2 is the wider, lower banking turn, bigger radius, more than 180 degrees coming back around. And that's the faster turn, despite the lower banking, because turns 3 and 4 are a much tighter radius, again, to save the minnow pond, and the higher banking. Further trivia there, the cars originally were intended to run on what's currently used as the apron. They thought the banking was going to be a runoff. That was going to be, where you go to save your car if you have a problem. That's why it's so narrow, and that's where we run today. And also turns 1 and 2 used to be 3 and 4, and that's where you hear the term Darlington stripe because of that, what I said before, greater than 180 degree turn. They would come off there. If you're going just fast enough on those old cars, when it was a guardrail out there, you'd have 2 stripes on the side of the car from the Armco rubbing against it, rubbing the paint off. Several dudes went over that guardrail.
Yeah, several people.
So yeah, again, we got a great field tonight.
Do you know where the bathrooms are, man? I gotta go.
I'm looking around in the infield there. I think I like, if you look back there, you see the Welcome Race Fans sign. I think that's probably a set of bathrooms back there.
All right, thanks, man.
And
well, we were talking Matt Watkins from this area, he's actually I don't know exactly where he lives, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah, I think he moved somewhere else. But checking in YouTube chat, we got Tom Jackson checking in. Brian Lamb, is he running tonight? Is he out there? Lamb's out there. He's starting P26 on the track.
For a good finish.
He's looking for a good finish. Yeah, Doris Gately.
Key word. Yep.
Mama Gately cheering on her boy Slim. Danny Falcon. Good to see you guys again. And yeah, so Milty has already taken the Co-Goat. So, who's that going to leave for me? Who am I going to take there? Who am I going to curse today? I think Ken Hansen can pull this one off. He really runs well at these tire conservation tracks, and that's the story of the night. Whenever you get to Darlington, it's tire management. This place eats tires. Another legend is crew chiefs used to fine crew members who rolled the tires from the Goodyear tent rather than carrying them on a cart, just because the surface is so darn abrasive here in all the Carolina tracks. First guy who won here, he was running truck tires. He went out to the parking lot, took tires off a truck, and everybody else was blowing their tires, and he just tootled along like 50 miles per hour slower than them, but finished the race, and that was what it took. Yeah, the Southern 500, a historic racer, usually run over the Labor Day weekend. It's moved around a few times over the years, but Darlington has been a staple for as long as NASCAR's been running on pavement, pretty much.
Well, my deal here, we're doing a lot of sim racing here at FSB at this track, the original, and a couple times at the next version track that FSB used was tire wear. You can't even, they don't even want to, they'd rather forklift the car out to the pits because pushing the car out to the pits, the asphalt is so bad it's already wearing the tires out.
Yeah, sometimes I think the crew chiefs would rather that they not even take parade laps, just take a Formula One style start.
It doesn't help because every bit of property that's around that track is just abrasive with, seashell, the sand. Oh,
Yep.
it's terrible there.
Yeah, that's what it is. The aggregate used in this Carolina pavement got so much seashells in it because that's what's in the dirt around them. So we got the broadcaster drinks already applied to the co-goat Matt Watkins. I went and cursed Ken Hansen there. Jim Ray's already picking the 52, and there's 52. Rick Johnson starting 10th.
And I don't know how many times I finished second to that dude here because of, like Danny said, what did Danny say? Tire saving is key.
Tire management. But this is a different version. This is the first time on the track for most of these guys, and Ken Hansen did get the
What did they do?
experience on Tuesday. Oh, we finally got cars hitting the track for practice here.
Well, I'm going to make a late pick, and I'd love to go with a teammate, but I'm going to have to go with the 23 of Slim Jim Gately.
Dab yourself into a Slim Jim.
See, I didn't want to put the jinx on knowing that Mama Gately was watching, so let the record reflect I didn't do that.
I
guys,
hope I didn't let you down.
Dude, it's racing, all that mumbo jumbo. I don't know, man,
Guys, we got
If I was
breaking
that
news here.
powerful, I'd be, a lot better off than I am now.
It's a historic moment, guys. Check it out. The 19 car has paint. Matt Ace has finally uploaded a paint job.
I'm sure that bothered you. It really bothered you.
You have no idea. I was getting ready to paint a car, and I can look at a replay analyzer and see what.
Nice paint job.
I can look at the replay analyzer and see the name of a person's car file, and just paint something myself so it overlays what they're running.
Well,
I was getting ready to do that.
I've never painted a car before, bro. I'm a driver, not a magician.
No, yes, it's got that planter skin. Now, there's an old superstition about peanuts. There's supposed to be bad luck at a racetrack. And there was a great story about Wally Dallenbach was beside himself when Planters was brought on as a sponsor when he was running the 16 car for Jack Roush. And they kept trying to get a photo op of him and Mr. Peanut, and he wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't do it. And so finally,
that good anyway.
Yeah, well, finally he comes out of the trailer one day. He sees his car.
His dad was a lot better.
Yeah, they're getting set up to take a picture of Mr. Peanut leaning against his car, and he just about tackled the mascot. He said, "No, you dare touch my car! I'll take the dang photo already."
Well, and the thing here, where do you pass?
Straightaways.
And turn coming out straightaway, but mostly right here on the back straight into turn 3 is your best passing.
Whoop.
And the 19 car goes.
And there's why, because sometimes you just let them make a mistake and you can slip on by.
Exactly.
I'll go ahead and
I think you're going to pass them in the pits.
Well, these guys are so good, that's definitely a possibility.
I'll have my late pick as the 40.
The Highwayman, that's a strong pick there.
Highwayman.
There's the 52. Rick Johnson. How many times has he won at Darlington? Who knows? A lot of times. And there is 15 Matt Watkins. Milty's pick.
That cat had a pretty good run of practice this week at this track.
Well, he good, in case you were wondering.
Here's Jammin' J, Golfer in 63.
Driver, he watches George Perez, and
DG Reese in the house and the 53 Skull Bandit.
Ding.
And you see him taking advantage of a lot of apron down there. You can pit off turn 4 here, but we were finding on Tuesday night it's easier to just get down into the apron and follow the inside wall
was
around.
Me when these guys were doing that fancy old drive it to the last minute and turn it in. I would drive it in straight hard into the inside in a straight line and then let it kind of drift out a little bit, and because the angle of pit entry is kind of Kenny Wampus, you know.
Kenny Wampus. Ding! There you got Matt
Jason
Stewart.
Gopher is showing some speed here. Nobody's been talking about him lately.
Yeah, he's been fast. We try to point him out, the improvements he's made week in, week out. I got to give a call here to the 90 In-N-Out Burger Thunderbird of Matt Stewart, your Thursday night Truck Series winner last night at Daytona.
Congratulations, that was a fun race.
That was a good one. Man, I got saved by that big one there after I blew my pit stop. A rare brain fart for me in the pits. I thought I needed the full 2 cans to be safe, to be sure, and everybody else took a can and a half and smoked me.
And you lost the draft.
I did. Then I got it back.
It's a good thing you had somebody behind you to tug you along that whole way until we got it back.
You got to have friends. Matt Watkins getting some late pit practice in there. Darlington is known, despite as brutally, punishingly difficult as this track is, it's known for green flag stops. Because the cars get sorted out, they start racing the track instead of each other, and you got to be ready to make those green stops.
And eventually, that's where the winners are. I'm not gonna say men and women because now we got gals driving too. So
And some up and coming drivers looking,
that's where
looking to
you
make their
get
mark.
that's where you have a chance to win at this race, is when this thing starts to go green, stay green, and you stay out there longer and maximize your pit window.
I predict we're going to be seeing a lot of fish out there on that track tonight.
Yeah, Kyle Petty once famously said about this place that he would like to fill the whole place up with water and hold bass fishing tournaments out of it. Because this place was not kind to Kyle Petty. He was awesome at Rockingham.
Drivers, start your engines.
And obviously the king, Richard Petty, I mean, he won a bunch of times here, including the one time to break his father's, at the time, record for NASCAR Cup Series wins. There's a time called Grand National. And
Darlington,
then,
as a driver, now you're strapping your belts up, starting to get totally focused. This thing can jump up and bite you.
Oh, yeah.
And you better watch out, because turn 3, turn 4, can't get into that wall. It sucks you in like everything that came to my mind was not PG.
That's why they call her the Lady in Black.
The Lady in Black, too tough to
There's
tame.
magnets on those walls, you'd think, sometimes.
Yeah, wall glue,
Can't
as
let
we call
that
it here in the
happen.
sim.
It'll take you out, and your buddies are going to end up in that inside wall coming out turn 4, and that thing, it hurts even, and it's not for real.
This should be an exciting start here. Let's see if they take it
Gotta
easy.
get your tires warmed up, then you got a sweet spot, but with a big field like this, I'm sure it's going to take a while to get into that green flag mode, but let's see. Been wrong before.
Just gotta have the patience.
Jim Christopherson got a bad start there. Mark DeSenza got him on the inside.
Cosenza is another one of those dudes I've raced here that this is his type of track. He drives that three
He's
very
very
fast here.
consistent here.
Yes, he is. I was watching him during the practice session, and he was running very consistent lap times.
Good to see Brian Lamb back on the track, hoping for a finish. He's had a couple DNFs here, managed to get it back together with Army Hammer there and back on the track tonight. Southern California boy. Kind of spread out back, these starts and restarts are another critical. Oh, car up on the wall. There's some whiskey all over the wall there. And he rode it out, sucked in, and some contact there. Did Lamb hit him or not? Rick Castle stayed as high as he could, but he was right in the racing exit line there. No caution. Huge, and I need to get over there and might be some Jack Daniels on that wall right there. Tough luck.
All right, there we go. I got the standings back up there. I forgot to start the program that I used to run the standing sticker, so I got to bring the old one up.
All ramparts. The guys behind are either even farther behind now, but long way to go. I wouldn't trip right now.
Got a couple cars already pushing up the track in the turn.
Start trying to push the envelope here a little bit. That braking zone, I love it when you nail it going into turn 3 and you plant the car perfect and then get that roll speed and exit. But it's very difficult to make that happen every lap. And as these tires go off, we'll watch these lap times and you will see degradation. Then what do? You short pit and run like hell. That never worked for me with Rick Johnson out there. Pit stops take a long time, folks.
Yeah,
When they're green.
Sure, a lot of these drivers, crew chiefs told them to race the track.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Rick became my teammate, and then he would just really rip on me, And why are you doing that? Slow down.
As we look on board here from 4th place, Matt Watkins as he chases your leaders. Jim Christopherson in front of him, Mark DeRocket DeSenza, and Chris Beckman, your leader.
You guys are all spread out doing their own thing. That's typical Darlington.
See, Matt Watkins almost got caught out a little bit there. The old version of this track we used to run, you could take it pretty deep into 3 and 4. This one, it'll punish you if you try and do that. You see them ride out to the wall there. Matt Watkins chooses to hold the low line all the way around. 2 differing approaches there. Honestly, I like Matt Watkins' approach. I prefer to crack the throttle early in the run rather than wind it up and push it out there and heat the tires up. We got Carol Hansen in there cheering for Ken. I'm sorry, Carol, I put the broadcaster jinx on him, but there he is, P5 in the Coors beer can. And Cassandra Christie cheering for Jam and Jay. And there is Mr. Hansen. He runs very well here and he's looking good tonight. Jason Dolfer not far behind him there. In P6 with Slim Jim Gately and nipping on his heels.
40 to take over the second spot, and 15's going too.
Oh, a little side swiping. Oh, DeSenza's in the wall.
Hard lick for the 3 car. might have done something in his regulars there. And no
Yeah.
caution.
No caution, but that's gonna give an early Darlington stripe to the 3 of Mark DeSenza.
That was more than a stripe, that was a pack of stripes.
Well,
That was the white stripes,
I mean, the 40 got it. The 15 tried to sneak in there with him. That just didn't work out for the
Boom.
3.
Yeah, like you said, that's a white stripes deal there. He's gonna need a 7 Nation army to fix that right side, but he's still out there trucking.
Rick Johnson seeing that, you see him backing off early, very patient. He's seeing this thing is going green, and watch what that 52 car does later.
Yeah, there he is behind Dave Ellens.
A couple guys pass him. The tire wear degradation is so bad.
Yeah, Rick Johnson, he started 10th. He's only picked up 1 spot here on Matt Stewart as he's following Dave Ellens along here. Now, Billy Arborough, how long has the FSB been running this particular version of the track? We started on Tuesday with the chicken run.
What's up, man?
This is the SRA version, the Sim Racing Association edit of the track. As you can see, it's substantially brighter than the SDT version we used to run. A lot of people used to complain about the gamma settings on that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it so far. I like it, and no glitches so far. We haven't had a caution yet. With these new tracks, you always worry about, when cars wreck over the start-finish line, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, we don't. One thing about the old version.
Whoa, there's 63 right up against the wall. That was
He's
Jam
okay.
and Jay almost jammed into the wall there. That was a nice save. He might got a little bit of Darlington stripe there.
Yeah, one thing about the old version of the tracker and the SDT is it was very stingy on the cautions.
We talked about this the other night, Shawn. I'm thinking this is about the same way.
It might just be a function of how big of an area is defined as apron. As you see, we got lap traffic already as Chris Beckman puts the 92 down.
All right, you see the different lines. Dulfer's kind of doing an oblong approach
41.
to 1 and 2, which kind of old school. Going back up, he's back dialed in, and that car is
15
fast.
goes
And
for the
he's
second
coming
spot.
up on the 3, trying to
Yeah,
take a
here
look
comes-
and get him into turn 1. 63, 3 side by side, can't do it. Very hard right there.
Chris
Backing off
Beckman
really
is-
well in the 52, trying to.
Chris Beckman's fallen into the grips, into the sights rather here,
got
the 15
lap
car.
traffic.
Yeah, you're a little behind here.
Yeah, Matt Watkins just passed Jim Christopherson like he was standing still.
And here we are 16 laps into the run. This is where the tires really start to fall off. They
Here
start
comes Rick Johnson on the 63. Did he make the pass? No, it was so hard in the turn 1. It's so much easier to set it up. Then you lose about a car length there. You see him lose that.
You see that lap traffic becoming a factor for this second battle here.
Bill was build, night tracks or stuff like that. He doesn't see him that good, and
Looks
was
like
kind
the
of
15.
disappointed. So this is definitely a way better version, in my opinion, this far.
Yeah, actually, Bill
Guys
noticed
don't
that it
mess
was brighter, but when we broadcast from the old version, I actually crank.
And the 15 takes over the
Yeah, but
first spot.
that doesn't help him driving.
I know.
Track.
Yeah. I was saying I do correct for that on the broadcasts when we go to Darlington.
Absolutely.
I have a filter saved named Darlington on the source filters
These
for
guys right
up in
here,
the gamma.
The 63 and the 52 are going at it, man. And Dave Ellen's in the picture now.
Yeah, so Matt Watkins assumes the lead here on lap 19 of 147. as we got 63 working
Bad
on the
auto down
3.
on the apron there.
Ooh, 15 wiggled there off 4. You see,
That's
it's
the
not
spot.
easy once you get up
Become
front.
a handful. So where are we looking at pit stops here? 34?
And I didn't last that long. I got destroyed early on Tuesday, but I think this is it's less than a mile and a half around here. I think you can
Big
go.
clutch here too later in the race.
Yeah, you can. I think you can go in the 3640 range
There goes
if you can make the
past
tires
on the
last.
3 car. He can't make it. Nice racing by Gamma J there, and still hitting that apex and exit center corner. But he did lose a little time there. Man, we gotta get some in-car of these dudes, man.
Well, I was
Go
on board
ahead.
with Matt at the start there. Let's get on board Rick Johnson here as you can see his tires starting to wear.
This is what you see here. Now you're going down the back straight. You gotta try to make this pass, but you gotta outbrake him. The 3 car goes in way late and nails it. Rick Johnson's trying to get momentum here now and profit off a mistake from the 63 trying to get by the 3. Now here, later on here, you want to drift up to the wall. You with the gas pedal, then get on it. Right when you get the car going straight, full throttle, hard braking here, hard on the binders, and let it roll right here. Roll.
And they're side by side through 3 and 4.
Lap
gotta
track
roll.
coming up to the leaders.
Then pick
Leaders
up the
coming up the
throttle
lap
right
track.
there. I'll send it back to you guys. I need some more beer here. This
All
is
right.
exciting.
And there you go. Rick Johnson picks up the spot on Jason Dolker. That should push him up to the 7th position. As, Matt Watkins, after assuming the lead here, he is not pulled out very far away from these other guys. Jim Christopherson sticking right with him. Slim Jim Gately, right behind Chris.
Oh, the second place car drifts up the track. Well, yeah, passing.
Yeah, they're
the
getting around
car.
lap traffic there. The 124
Yeah,
Rick Castle.
Matt Watkins really got lucky on that lap traffic getting around them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
it
gotta
kinda
catch him
cost
at the right
40.
place. And look how high up the track they're pushing
Ken
through 3 and
Hansen's
4.
up in the wall.
Ken Hansen up there getting his Darlington stripe is Dan Jones, we haven't heard from tonight. My teammate and our often in-race reporter. He's hanging tough there in... what position is he in? He's already down a lap, so he's racing Rick Castle here for position. A little bit of aero damage here isn't the end of the world, but it really doesn't help you in 1 and 2, especially. That's the faster turn. And anything that makes you tighter at a tire management track, it just kills your long run speed. So if you take damage here like that, you're hoping for short runs.
Well, hopefully he can get in the pits and make an adjustment. Luckily, he had a 6-second lead on 5th place Slim Jim Gately. He didn't lose a spot, so.
Yeah, he's got, I think he's about 2.5 seconds up on Slim right now. Yeah, Slim was right up there in this mix not too long ago, and he dropped back, so he might be having some tire management problems. No, not Matt. We're still talking about Ken Hansen getting stuck in the wall.
Or maybe it's just tire management,
Yeah, Slim might have a plan. Slim made this setup, and then he sent it to me to see what I thought of it, because he knows how much I love Darlington.
From the number 40 on the second place car, huge run off the 2.
Yeah, he's making some speed off of there. I think Chris's tires are starting to really give up on him. You see, yeah, Jim's killing him in the center of the corner. That's usually indicative of tires going away. But yeah, Slim made this setup and sent it to me, and I threw everything but the kitchen sink at it, trying to get it to run like the old version of the track, and I couldn't. Everything I did made it worse. To make it better on the short run, made it worse on the long run. So I think Slim knows this is a long run set, and he's just biding his time.
Rick Johnson, fat. Okay, now last lap. Slim Jim.
Well, the
15's in the wall. 15's wall sucked and has to let the 41 of Chris Beckman reassert the lead. Everybody did a good job there getting clear. You see Christopherson hung back rather than just stick it in there because he knows that sometimes when you get stuck in the wall, you pop off, like forcefully pop off of it, and that can cause further problems.
Doesn't look too hard a contact for the 15.
Yeah, but that's more right side damage, no doubt. And we were talking about that while you were away. While the
He's
right
still
side
getting
damage,
high.
right side damage doesn't kill your short run speed, but it murders the long run speed because it makes the car tighter, makes it wear the tires. And you see, he got a little push loose there as he came off the corner.
That's that little spot I was telling you about in practice. You hit that thing, and that's what it does.
Yeah, turn
We
4
need
has
to-
always been the easiest place to spin here on this track.
We need to start
Oh, he's way
again.
off too.
Watkins losing it here.
Watkins is having a rough time. I think that charge he made up from 5th to 1st.
Starting to bite him.
About 10 laps or 10, 15 laps ago.
That's
He's
how it
paying
goes.
for it. He's paying for it. He knows what he did.
Chris Beckman in the lead.
Yeah,
I think we're going to have a good battle here if there's no lap cars in the way. These two were really riding it out together earlier.
So what do you need here? You need like 36 or so, or 35 at least to make it, no?
I think you can get up into the 40s here because it's not a mile and a half. It's like 1.125 miles or something like that.
But as far as making the pit strategy,
Well, that depends, as they say.
well, if it just stays green, like it's,
If it stays
you
green,
gotta already think about that. Got to be looking at the scanner. There's gonna be somebody trying to short pit here pretty soon, especially if they're struggling. It might be that 15 guy, but he
he
doesn't
might
like
be the
doing
first
that.
one. Yeah.
If you go 2 laps down, you think you definitely pit.
Especially with the lap times, they're about 2 seconds, 1.5 to 2 seconds off their the best lap times. Beckman, the leader, last lap 33.008, best lap 31.288. So that might even be less dead than I'm used to seeing.
Now 2 seconds, that's about right.
Caution is out.
Caution on the speedway. And so that question becomes
Ding
instantly moot.
Pace car.
You know who's liking this? That number 3.
The 3 cars liking it, the 15 cars liking it. No, the 3 is not liking it, unfortunately.
He was involved.
Oh, never mind. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I've got it here. You see the 92 Kevin Mays is down on the apron. Looks like trying to get out of the way, and he's just carrying too much speed, and he pushes right up into the 3 and the 90 of Matt Stewart. So Mark DeSenza gets heavy contact there.
Oh, terrible.
That is a tough break there for all 3 of those cars.
Obviously, what Kevin didn't want to do, but it's racing, man. Sometimes you get nailed.
It's funny.
Is
We
Kevin
tried
Mays coming?
to, I did the
Cars
same
down
maneuver,
pit road.
trying
The
to
leader.
let someone by, and I went down on the apron. That was the worst decision in my life.
Oh,
And I slowed down immensely, and it doesn't matter how much you slow down, you're going to slide up.
yeah, there's just no grip down there whatsoever. You can see he tries to get down, and it's just a straight line. Bam! That was heavy contact for a car that was already pretty substantially damaged there in the 3 of Mark DeSenza. So they're going to be hammering on that for a good long while. Oh, we got the 9 of Ken Hansen overshooting his pit stall, having to back up a little bit there.
Leader a little sideways, having it. Not sure. Didn't have to get around the 40, so.
Rick Castle got the lucky dog.
Oh!
Oh, nice.
That was
race off the pit
close.
road.
The 40 takes over. The highway.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what it is officially once they settle into position here.
And
I think
No
TJ
butter
Reese was.
car tonight.
Oh, Milt,
Yeah.
what'd you do? Offer that pit crew like a 12-pack of beer or something?
Man, it would be at least a 30 pack, I mean, that's the biggest thing that you can carry at one time, I think. Unless you carry two of them,
That pit crew got their job done on that stop.
but
And it
absolutely.
looks like, yeah, he's lining up in front of Chris Beckman there. So it looks like Jim Christopherson will take the lead here.
What about Mr.
Watkins,
Reese? He got out in front of everybody.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
he must have got two tires or stayed out for a point, maybe.
No,
Is he-
Dan drove
is
he came out
right-
first.
Yeah.
So we got the Skull Bandit up front there for a minute here. I think he's probably still got a pit.
Well, Dan's saying he passed everyone on pit road, so I'm gonna go watch his pit stop and see what exactly is going on there with Mr. Reese. No, TG has not pitted yet.
Oh, so I was wrong. Wow, sorry guys.
That's all right. It's fog of war, man. It's hard to see what's going on with the other cars when you're sitting there in yours.
Well, Watkins, to be out in P3, they didn't do any work on that car, so he's got a beat up piece now. It's tasted a little bit of South Carolina concrete, so let's see what happens with the Pac-Man.
Looks like the 3 of Mark DeSenza has retired, as has the 92 of Kevin Mays and 31 of Brad Otto.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin feels terrible there. If I had $1 for every time I wreck somebody, I'd have some dollars.
It's hard to find two people on the track that haven't run into each other at one point or another. It just happens. I see.
And
Excuse me, the 53 finally pitting.
What Jeff was saying about that apron was definitely true. There's just no grip down there, and it's a flat track versus. Then if you hit that in between the two surfaces, you can see with those in-car shots of how drastic that is. You don't like it. Like my dad's old crew chief, Luigi Chinetti, said, "Don't go too into the corner."
I don't really want to go up there. I don't have to, right?
No, not unless you're holding somebody up. If there's anybody lined up behind you, you should line up on the inside.
Yeah, I'll let these guys pass me, man.
No, they can't yet. Until,
Yeah, they can on the outside. It doesn't say anything about getting to the front.
Not before the flag runs. Yeah, they'll get a black flag if they get up there and ahead of you before the green flag waves. So Dan, how many laps were you guys projected on
5.
fuel? So you were 5 away, so you were going to go about 40, right?
Yep, 10-4.
Okay.
One thing I haven't heard mentioned yet is these guys don't just come and run one night a week. I've seen a lot of them come probably about 4, 5, 6 nights a week and work on this, to get it down.
Yeah, there's no substitute for seat time. Now, while that doesn't mean that we're running this track all week. We do run it same cars, same setup, same tracks on Tuesday night in a shorter race called Chicken Run. But yeah, there's a lot of these guys were out last night in the trucks, Wednesday night in the sprints and the GTP cars, and Tuesday Chicken Run and Super Speedway as we go green once again here with Jim Christopherson in the lead. And then Monday night, of course, the Pro Cup Series, we're running the Cup Physics and the Cup Cars. And the Sunday night 1969 cars. Those are a lot of fun.
Yes.
So if you run that long, you get a short stop at the end if it stays green. Of course, you know, a long way to go, but you're already thinking about that. And you want to run long because you don't want to be pitting and then that caution comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always the tough call here. When you get a run that can be broken up into short pits, yeah, it's faster to short pit, but are you going to catch that caution? I mean, if you're struggling to make up ground, make up track position, it might be a gamble you want to take.
Whenever I try to short pit, I always get bit. So
Yep, yeah. Like I said, that's something I pull when I'm. First of all, when I don't care about the points, and second of all, when I figure it's the only way I'm going to pull it off.
'52 and the '63, kind of little bit of gap between those top cars. Trying to gauge each other's pace and see what they're going to do.
that 23 is just managing those tires. He's not pushing the envelope whatsoever.
He knows too, or probably knows that Matt has had some damage here. So right now the 15 is pretty strong. The thing about Matt is when he makes a mistake, then he really gets up on the wheel. He's a little bulldog for sure. But we'll see how long that car will cooperate.
He's definitely keeping it lower than the other cars in between 1 and 2, which is helping him keep away from that wall coming out.
I like those lower lines with a little bit of drift like he's doing in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'm not like a Kyle
Yeah.
Larson running an inch away from the wall. Scares me.
Yeah, especially in this game because it'll suck you in there. And the real cars, the way they're configured now, you actually get a cushion of air that kind of keeps you off of it when you're up there. It feels like the opposite in this game. You get sucked in there and stuck to it. We got
The suck zone.
Boy,
Well,
Yeah, we're
Back-
just gonna leave that
well-
one alone. Meanwhile, it looks like
it is
Christopherson was a
the
little.
suck zone.
Christopherson
That's
was.
what they call it.
Back before they made a fix for that, we used to call that wall riding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People used to go up there, and especially at Darlington or in Pocono, they'd intentionally just lean on the wall and just leave the throttle on the floor.
Christopherson has a good corner. The 41 has a good corner. A bad corner. Then the 41 has a good corner, and the 40 has a bad corner. Have to see how this pans out.
Well, I'm gonna step aside for a minute, hand it over to you guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the 15's entrance, he likes that coming in lower than the 2 liters there.
Always like that here, like Homestead, because of you're just
Step
not
on the-
scrubbing that right front as much as when you're trying to use the middle lane.
Yes, and now his line in 3 and 4 is different. He gets kind of high in between 3 and 4, and that's where he's losing ground.
Yeah, I see Slim Jim Gately. He runs the exact same line every lap.
He is the professor, and he's a machine. Talks about it, he'll tell you exactly why, and then he executes.
In everything, in all racing, it's all timing.
Well, you know, my thing was, you know, I wanted a lot of stuff here, but short tracks were my nemesis big time. And I started working with Slim, and his tutelage, getting in the car and watching, finding the little details of that add up to tenths and half a tenths and quarter tenths.
Yeah, they're catching the 40 and 3 and 4, but he just outruns them in the 1 and 2.
One of the hardest tracks to lead at. Following is easier because you can see
Matt
what
Watkins
they're
looking
doing
low.
down low.
and you
Don't
can
touch
react to them. And you're
Chris
leading,
just lets him
you're-
go.
You're setting the pace.
Chris lets him go. He knows he doesn't want to fight this early. Kill those tires. Going in side by side into one has already not worked out well for 15 once before.
Well, the 41 is
41
definitely
falling back.
backing it off. What's going on with that car?
He must have strategy he's playing here, or wow, that's really slow.
He's gotten a victory. His connection is getting better. We haven't seen no glitching. And
No, Chris Beckman has had no problems with the connection.
Oh, that was the 40. My bad.
That was Jim Christopherson. I've called him
I
Chris
was
twice
close.
tonight.
I was only one off.
Yeah, I know. They're similar font, 40s, 40, 41.
15 getting a good run on him.
Yeah, you see that. Once again, that short run speed from Matt Watkins, but is it going to pay off? Meanwhile, the professor, lurking there in third place, says, "Go ahead, boys. You just go kill those tires, and I'll just sit back here and wait for my opportunity."
In this sim, those little scrapes against the wall might not be as big as we surmise, but we'll have to see.
That was a good save there by the 15 coming out of that turn. Don't know if you can get a shot of that.
Didn't see it, but or at least when I was looking. That's okay. We'll keep rolling here as these guys keep rolling. Yeah, I mean, Matt Watkins, he's like Kyle Busch out there. He's got like 20 of those saves every race.
That's what gets him fired up. Is almost wrecking. You know, I seen that in the Indy 500. Him hit the FSB Indy 500, hit the apron, and just totally manhandle that car, crash him, which is hard to do in the Indy car. You know. Of course, I did. When I got my win, I did wreck him. You know, with 2 to go. Wasn't trying to, but it was the Indy 500. I had to stick it in there, and
Chris Beckman settled into 5th place
he
now,
won it the next year. So I
right
was
behind
glad.
his teammate Rick Johnson, just comfortably riding there. So he must have just been backing off for a strategic purpose. It looked like he was losing power or something there for a minute.
15's got the 40.
Yeah, he's got him. Now what can he do with him?
Well, you see, every time somebody gets in the lead, then they're trying to, maximize their tire saving.
And we're still about, 25 laps away?
Who took
I
the...
think it was lap 38 when.
Yeah, about 38.
We're looking
Did
for
that
about
great.
lap 77.
Sounds about right.
Right now, they've been running in the high 31s. Now we're starting to see 32s.
There's a driver we haven't talked about tonight. Got the 29 of Jeff Hale in the Tide Ride out there. Teammate to Slim Jim and Mark DeSenza and our series admin Ryan Johnson. Normally a super speedway guy, but he can scoot around Darlington. He's moved himself up into the 7th spot.
A few cars here. He's got by Dulfer and
63 Jam and J Dolfer riding P8 right now. Looking pretty solid out there. Another great run for Jay.
go a little in car with the 63 here.
Meanwhile, I got Steve Weber, the Big Cactus, in 9th place, and your top 10 is rounded out now by the Planters Peanuts number 19. That fresh paint there on Matt Ace's car. Let's catch back up to the 63 and go on board like you said. There you go.
Trying to set up the 29 here, let him by and see what the 29 is going to use up. Hard on the brakes here, roll, taking a little outside line, right? Bah, bah, bah. I mean, that's basically what you're hearing and what your foot is doing. Lift here through the first part here, kind of pick up the gas a little bit, lift again.
Matt Watkins bumping the 40 down the backstretch here.
Yeah,
He caught him a ton off too.
He's like, hey, 40, just
And he
slow me
gets by
down.
the 29 bobbles, and Jason Dolfer gets the position.
Nice pass there for Jason Dolfer. Meanwhile, it's getting hot and heavy up here for the lead.
Matt wants it. Jim doesn't want to give it up.
Slim's just lurking behind, waiting for him to cause themselves their own problem.
You're
Huge
seeing
run
these
again.
guys start to lose the exit coming out of turn 2, and Watkins easily gets by.
Yeah, see, Christopherson just backed off going in there. He didn't want to go in side by side.
Either go into 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't want to fight for it, not before halfway like this. So very smart move there. Good racecraft. Meanwhile, the 52 of Rick Johnson moves around Slim Jim. And he moves
Slim
in
just
third
let
spot.
him go, though.
Yeah, Slim let him go because he caught him.
Well, they're all playing cat and mouse now here. Okay, well, how much are you willing to push? Christopherson comes back at the 15.
Yep.
Slim
Can't
decides to
make
let Chris Beckman go too. So comers and goers, different strategies unfolding here. We'll see how it all shuffles out in the end.
Sim racing.
Showing
Guys are pretty
14
good.
laps.
So about lap 65. Or 75, my fault.
Yeah, that's about what we're guesstimating there.
My math is off tonight.
Oh god, my math's always off when I'm up here. I'm so much better at it when I'm driving.
The more beers I have, it's just definitely going to get worse. So you guys are going to have my back here.
We've got your back, Milt. We got your back.
Right on, right on. Slim Jim, like, okay, you know.
The caution's out. Caution comes out.
Caution on the speedway, indeed, yes. Not sure what that was
if
for. We'll
was
find
me
it.
Pulling me off. Or I was pulling off. Maybe that was me. I'm not sure.
In public?
Right in front of you all.
It's a Canadian
Wow,
thing,
Shawn.
right?
I think this thing just went to R from PG. Reset. What do? You get 4 tires. Come on, really? Yeah.
And that 40 crew get him back out front again.
Let's see what happened.
I'm afraid so, Dan. I think that's what it was. When you came to a stop on the inside there, it threw the caution. So it's not like the old one.
NASCAR fickle. I mean,
Yeah, I should have pulled off into the pits. I apologize for you guys.
well, you know,
I stayed off the wall for that many laps. I was doing really well. Just takes that one time, though.
adds to the spot.
Yep.
Adds to the flavor.
I hate
Now
that track.
we'll come in at lap 63. Everybody in.
Matt
Everybody
Watkins,
wants tires.
The goat. The
There's
go
one-
goat
There's the
down pit
same
road.
track, but a different track. It was a little bit better than this one. This one was like a magnet, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, the STT, I think, raced a little bit better.
Well, you know, when you talk about Matt Watkins and all the different versions run, all these different leagues, the great thing about him is one of the great things is he
That
learns
15
how
looks
to
like-
adapt.
15. Look, oh, here we go. Nice little race off pit road here.
Oh, almost contact.
See who. We'll see who won that one in a few seconds here as they sort it out on the backstretch. I do believe Matt Watkins got it there.
And it looks like Mr. Hale picked up a spot.
Anyone watching right now, thank you very much. We appreciate it. It's only just begun.
And there's your race off pit road, and you can see Matt Watkins was clearly ahead there at the line. So great stop there to maintain the lead for the 15 car.
And Milt, you mentioned clutching earlier on in the beginning of the race, and I'm starting to see some of the drivers doing it.
Oh yeah, everybody does that under caution, just as a matter of habit around here. Always saving as much fuel as you can
You
under
can
the yellow.
actually do that during the race if it goes long enough where the tire wear is bad enough and you got long and you got to, did I pit? You know, if it's a fuel issue.
Yep, I pulled off a Friday night win here at Darlington doing that. I stretched the fuel out. Me and Ryan Johnson were in a fuel mileage battle, and Rick Bisconer was not. He pitted, and he was running us down. Good thing neither of us looked, because we crossed the line and looked up, and there he was coming at full speed. One more lap, he would have had us.
Clutching is when you back off the corner early and push the clutch in, let the car roll as much as possible.
Yeah, we can't turn the motor on and off manually here in this sim like you can in some others. So when you push the clutch all the way in, you see your tachometer drops to 0, your engine noise stops. So it's the same as shutting the engine off when you've got the clutch completely to the floor.
You said sim. I like that. You know, games. What is that? Somebody pounding on my door? Games are games. This is a sim. This is simulation, professional sim racing.
So we reset here, lap 65, 147. Should take the restart in a lap or two here. And not quite halfway. 007, your latest retiree, listed as 17th place. TG Reese on the lead lap. No cars.
On my door.
No cars. No running cars are a lap down here, so we'll take a single file restart. The lights are off on the FSB Firebird pace car, meaning one more lap till green. Once again, Matt Watkins in the lead. Jim Christopherson, Slim Jim Gately, and Rick Johnson, your top four. Moving up into P5 on those pit stops, the 29 of Jeff Hale.
You got to be impressed with Jeff Hale's run.
Yeah, it's a great run from the back to the front.
Or what is it? 25th, 23rd to the front. That is amazing.
That is good. This is not usually a place you skip qualifying in, which makes me wonder if he crashed in qualifying. Distinctly probable, because this is a tough... This place is pretty tough to lay down a hot lap, considering the different line than what we're used to. Like I was talking before about how, you know, when I go for a qualifying lap here on the SDT version that we're used to running, I take it really deep into 3 and 4, trail braking it all the way, and kind of double apexing it. And here you gotta float in and run around the top and then take a late apex.
I've seen a lot of shifting too.
People have been shifting, like, in the race here in the corners?
Some of them were late in the runs.
I would not want to do that, because that tends to make the car looser. And...
I watched Jason Doper do some pretty good laps doing this shifting, so...
I'm going to have to watch for that on this run, as we got the pace car off the track. Green flag in the starter's hands, and Matt Watkins leads us back here on lap 67.
Okay, somebody trying to sell something. We ain't buying. See ya.
We already got one.
Okay,
Good
so
run
lap
for the 40
67.
coming up.
That's 80 laps. That's right in the fuel window. Got to get that in your head right now, and then if things change, you adapt. You guys say we can go 40? Okay.
Yeah,
Then
it's
I
been
can
new.
focus on what's going on now and save tires. Save.
Ooh, a little blink there from the 40
Little
car.
blink, yes.
Otherwise, looking stable there. No, Jeff Hill
Oh,
slowly
Jeff
wiggles
Hill
Hill
up
into
in the wall.
Yeah.
Snap and tickle right there. Snap loose and then head to the wall.
He's going to lose a bunch of spots there. Brian Lamb was hoping to have a good run, and there he is inside
That'll
the
make your
top
sticker
10.
better.
Caution comes out finally.
Caution again. We're racing back here.
Run back.
Next season we won't, but okay, 40 backs off.
Still, you race back with discretion. You know it's going to be a caution.
Oh, he is racing back.
You don't trip unless you got an actual shot at making a clean pass. You guys know that.
Ooh,
I
look
Still
at
think
trying to
I'm
find
going
the
to like the
source.
gentleman's caution. So
What do you
that
do?
run.
Couple laps
That-
here, guys. I think if I got track position, I'm staying out.
Definitely stay out if you're out front.
Back a ways, alternate strategy.
Okay, I found the source of our caution here. It involves Matt Stewart, last night's winner in the truck race, and our admin tonight here, Ryan Johnson.
In-N-Out Burger.
So going in the one there, Ryan makes the pass, and then gets loose, brake stomps it. That collects the 90 again. Actually, that's 3 and 4. And then as he gathers it back up, pushes out again, and he gets Matt
Leaders are coming
finally.
in. Leaders are coming in.
Yeah, if
Fuel
you
only
could.
here,
And he kind of
fuel
green
only.
flag laps in these tires. You want new ones.
Well, if you're going to come in at Darlington, you might as well get tires.
Plus, we were talking about them being close to the fuel window to finish it. Well, this makes it absolutely certain you can do one stop from here.
Or not. I don't know. We got. Let's see what happens.
It was a nice little race back to the caution flag.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought he was backing off it, and
Dave
he
Owens,
pulled back and made a run.
in the 115, right up there in the mix. This is his pit stall. Loses time. 52, 4 tires. 4 tires.
Jason
for the
Doper
23.
getting out first.
Jam and Jay must have taken 2. That's the
Must
only.
have taken 2.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I'll take a look.
I guarantee he took 2. There's no way he gained that many spots. He came in 7th place, came out in the lead. That's absolutely a 2-tire stop.
Yeah, but Jay.
Well, like you said, you didn't have too many laps on those tires, and if
Yeah.
you took it easy,
Yep.
you
2
might be in
tires.
good shape.
Right side tires. I think that's a good move.
I have to agree.
Now he gets points for leading the rat lap or no?
He will.
So hey, it's worth the points.
Unless Matt Stewart here is actually your leader. I think Matt Stewart has to come in for repairs after being caught up in that wreck.
Still is huge, and he hasn't had that. And the farther back you start, he's been starting like 6th, 7th. You get that accordion effect, and you just, you're chasing your tail the whole time. Now you put yourself up front and can defend a little bit here. And at least, see, how is my car in free air?
Oh, the 19 of Matt Ace might actually be your leader. He stayed out. And that
he
is,
straight
yep.
up
He's
stayed
in it.
out, which it was only 3 or 4 laps there. So
Not too
yeah,
surprising someone would try that, especially someone looking for track
exactly.
position like he was.
Watkins is gonna gobble these dudes up like South Carolina barbecue right now. Or maybe not. We'll see. Watkins staying down low. Why is he doing that? He's saving fuel. This guy does not miss nothing. Stay down low there.
Shortest
Shorten
way
the
around.
distance
Yep.
and clutch. There's no secret. It's not smoke and mirrors why this guy is who he is and how many championships he's won. These guys are all extremely talented pros, a lot of experience. But this guy is, I don't know, you get beat by him, then you learn, okay, why did we get beat, but then he pulls another ring here on you. You think these guys want to win on Friday night on TV? Yes, they do. That Ace has been running solid from the start, but like you join a new league, and he's kind of he's got experience. He's a veteran, but not in this league, so he's been had good runs, bad runs, but you're seeing that 19 car run in the picture at the top a lot more now. And now he got paint, and that makes Shawn real happy.
Yes, indeed.
And I downloaded it tonight.
So where's all of our picks running at right now as far as this part of the race?
Well, let's see. You got Milty went with, who did you go with?
Watkins.
You went with Watkins. Mackins is sitting there in second place. He's still looking good. Or third place.
Watkins.
Someone took the Highwayman. I think that was you, Adam.
Correct.
Jim Ray took the 52 like he always does, and there's Jim Ray. There's Rick Johnson sitting P5. The beer can, that was my pick. Ken Hansen. He's still looking good. He's sitting there in sixth.
He's not crunched yet, but we gotta give him a crunch here. Come on, beer can.
And then I think Jeff took Slim Jim, and Slim is
He's
sitting
in
in
a 12th
12th.
spot right now. I'm not sure what's going on.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're back to green. Slim lost some of the spots there on pit road, I think. He'll be fine.
Broker Ace out in front. Matt Ace and the 63, and Watkins with the fresh tires.
Don't forget, though, Matt Watkins has to race with one incident, at least in the back of his mind there. Remember early on when he got into the 3-car. That may or may not go as an incident for the 15, but he's still got to treat it as such.
Well, he's a clean, fast driver, and he's not going to be thinking about that until let's say he gets in a wreck.
Oh no, Brian Lamb must have got disconnected.
Pushes up big time there.
That's going to let 3 cars by there.
As a veteran like he is, he's going to still race like he would, which is aggressive, but he not, malicious. And then he gets to second, then he'll have to deal with it. It's definitely in his mind,
Tough break for Brian Lamb, checking in the chat with the disconnect.
The rule is a wonderful rule that Jim Ray came up with years ago, and you get into, you got to park it, man.
Meanwhile, the Matt and Matt show up front. David Silva checking in there.
Whoa!
Good to see you in the chat, David.
19 cars sideways coming out of turn 4, and Matt Watkins will get the lead with those fresh tires.
Am I
There you
reading
go.
the back? Am I reading the back end of that car right on the 19?
Let's see what it says. It looks like it's just the Planter's Peanut guy.
I might not have the right car.
I see it.
I thought I was seeing things.
Yep, I
Sorry
do
to-
believe I see what you're seeing.
Nuts.
It says, "These nuts."
I love it.
Well played, Matt. Well played.
Well played. Yeah, I have to
Well,
admit.
you know what, dude? You asked for a paint job, and this guy delivered. Whoever painted it, nuts.
There comes, we got the Highwayman looking low into turn 1.
Oh, that's so hard
Oh,
to do in
pushes
turn
the
1.
15.
That's the hardest pass you can make.
Yep.
And keep it down there, and he does it. Wow.
Yeah, he's been doing that there in between turns 1 and 2 there here throughout this race.
Yeah,
I'm so
that's
scared to
yeah.
do that. Or at
That
least
is
when I
where
was
where
driving.
Jim has been
Yep.
fastest all night, is 1 and 2. And you see Matt Ace on
Here
those,
comes
just those
Rick
few laps on the
Johnson on
tires.
Ace.
Matt is just bleeding positions now at this point.
Did he get a little contact with the wall on that pass?
I don't think so. It looked like he was okay to me, but I'm looking at it in a small double window here in OBS. So I might have
pass
missed
for
The
the
thing
it.
lead.
about Darlington is every time you
40 takes it
restart,
over.
every time you run here, every time you have to reinvent yourself with whatever tires you have, get in the rhythm as you roll, and then you restart. And if you make a bobble, it takes you sometimes laps at this track to get it back in control, and you see that with these guys pushing the limit. Guy will have a little close call, drive up into somebody too hard or whatever, and then it takes them a lap or two they lose car legs, you know.
We are past halfway here, and Jim Christopherson once again in the lead in the number 40 Western Auto
Rick Johnson all
Chevrolet
over
Lumina.
the back of the 19. But see, now you see Matt Ace had a couple bad laps, and now car is good, but Rick Johnson is really starting to push the envelope. Now you look at his last lap time, 31.7. His best lap, 31.4, which is right around where all of these guys are running their fast laps. So you know he's pushing.
And caution
hard.
on the speedway, caution
Caution,
on the
yeah.
track. And this strategy is going to pay off for Matt Ace, as now everybody's going to come in for tires, as that disadvantage has equalized. Everybody's heated them up for a good 10 laps or
And
so
he got
here.
track position. That was
And
exactly
you got the track
what he was
position out of it.
looking for.
So that's where that strategy can work. If you can hold some of the track position that you gained and get a quick caution, then it can
He did
play
it
out in your
very
favor.
well with a lot of pressure. That's, you know, obviously, like I said, this ain't his first rodeo.
Yeah, that was a very
Newer-
good gamble at the beginning part of the race. Very good gamble.
Okay, I'm still trying to find the
contact with him
caution
in the
here.
15. I don't think it was intentional. Just trying to get in the pit road. I hope there was no damage there. Ran right in the back of the 15.
Can any of you guys find the caution? Because I can't. I'm thinking this might just be a debris caution, because there's no incident on the track at the time the yellow flag was
Like
displayed.
Alt 6 or whatever it is, or Alt 4.
Yeah, Alt 6 isn't finding it, and when I just moved through a replay to the moment of caution, even the moments just before caution, there's nothing. There is nothing at all.
Who's in
so-
last? Find
Milty
out
did-
who's in last, and
Milty.
that might be the guy. Yeah.
Milty threw his beer can out on the track.
It's Dave Ellens is listed
Ding, ding,
last.
ding, ding, ding. Well, unfortunately, my garage is full of recyclables I need to take care of, but it's going to be like 113, 115 this weekend.
And the 41 gets out
I don't
first.
think. Wow. 4 tires for the 41?
Can't imagine anybody not taking 4 this time.
Absolutely.
Just hit his marks dead on in his pit stop.
Well, Ryan Johnson,
The
a little
Highline
Tokyo
team
Drift coming out of the pits
the
there.
41, the 52 are definitely on it tonight.
Did we have someone stay out, or was that a lap car?
Now it's a lap car, the 53 of TG Reese. Or maybe just staying out for a Dave Marcus point. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was staying out for a Marcus point. He's gonna pit this time by, I do believe. This ticker update's a little slower than the other one I run, so we'll see. We'll see that update sooner or later.
It is showing the 90 car out front.
Yeah, I do believe that's what's gonna sort out too. So maybe the 90 took 2 tires.
Let me go back and take a look here.
I don't believe he pitted. I think he stayed out.
Well, that's a bold move, because that was a lot of laps in those tires.
No, he did not pit.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow. I do not agree with that strategy, but we'll see how it plays out for him.
And the 40 comes back. Well, hold on. I'm looking at the. Never mind.
He's pitting now.
Oh, he's
mind.
pitting. Okay, so that was staying out for a point. Okay.
I was still in the replay.
Oh. I'm gonna step aside again for a minute and hand it over to you guys.
Okay, what are we going to go back with? 87 laps? That's 60 laps. You can split that in half. The way this race is going, you're not doing that.
No, I'm going to predict there's going to be more cautions. Cautions breed cautions here.
Some of these damaged cars, some will get that damage and it's easier to get loose, break you loose. And as we've seen, the track does throw the caution flag.
David Silva
all for the wrong
drove
reasons
to
too.
the 3 car of Mark DeCenza. He's been in contact with him there at the track, out of the in-care center, which Shawn hates when I say that. D-Rocket not happy right now.
Well, when you have a fast car and you're fast and you're good at the track, it gets discouraging when you get taken out. And, it's racing.
Don't know where he started. 83 is up in the top 10 today.
Well, it's pro sim racing, but it's also sometimes stuff happens, and you have to, that's why the FSB is a sportsmanship-based league. And that's from Jim Ray and was handed down to Sam Young, and Sam Young is taking it over exactly like that because stuff happens,
Pace cars off.
Strap those belts on tight, boys.
But you can be disappointed, know,
Yes, I mean
it's
you
not
you
against the rules.
you spend a lot of time practicing, which a lot of drivers do. I do on certain tracks. I'll put in extra time. And then you get
Thank
out
you.
there and something happens on the first couple laps, and yes, it's kind of depressing, but you can live and race another
Whoa!
day.
Oh, little
What
butt.
contact with the
Yes.
15 and the
Contact.
40?
15 backs off though.
Just a little love tap there on the straightaway. Not sure if he meant to do that, but man, when you got that dude behind you,
Caution on. Is that
and
a
there's a
caution?
caution. Caution is out.
That would be for the 90 car. Takes it in the turn, and it just breaks loose. Single spin. Oh no! Wreck in front of him. He was avoiding. Okay.
What do you do now? Looks like these guys are all pitting again. Tires. Or not. So, what's going on here? What's the 15 going to do? Oh, the 52 stays out. 40 stays out. 15 stays out. 41 goes in. Jason Dolfer,
That
Kevin
was
J,
a sight
P4,
job.
they
Whoa.
stay out.
115 just got loose, and then two other cars trying to avoid it.
40 car losing track position. Has to be thinking, okay, we're going to have another caution, and then got dudes are going to have to pit. 41, excuse me. So I keep getting those guys mixed up. Terrible. So Highline Racing is doing alternate strategies here. 4 tires for the 41. How many cars are in the lead lap here? That's going to lose him a ton of
We have
track position.
15 cars.
Hi, Michael McCabe. Or Macabe. Looks like McCabe. Gonna be Irish or Scottish. I got both of those. You know, I'm a mutt. You know, got all kinds of stuff in me. Give
We're
him
all
hell,
mutts.
Jay.
We're
This
all
is
mutts,
Jammin'
Yeah,
Milt.
Jay. Jammin'
everybody.
Jay is rocking the house right here.
All of our ancestors came from overseas, man.
Fascinating stuff. I like. You know, we're all Americans, obviously, and it doesn't matter where you came from, but I still like the genealogy part of it and
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see. I
fascinating
step aside and
history. You know, Ken Soska, what's up, bro? My
see.
Donkey Bob teammate right there. Lady in Black, let's go.
She's definitely reaching out and grabbing some of these drivers tonight.
Okay, so where does dude fit back in here? E15, 16, there he is. E11. Wait, is that him? Or yeah, that's.
We got the source of the caution here. It
41 and
was
40 stuff is tripping me out here. Just getting dyslexic here.
the 115 of Dave Ellens. I see is the source of the caution. When I walked away here, he just got loose right in front of Ryan Johnson, who keeps it off, and then here comes Matt Stewart sliding through.
Well, you know, and that's funny because that's the admin and other admin.
Nope.
Whoa!
No, Johnny Doucette's the other
hard
admin.
ledge for the 90 there, yep.
You see, yeah, as soon as the 90 jumped off to try and miss, it just broke loose on him. Bam! Tough luck there for Matt Stewart.
I'll be back.
And you might wonder why these
Sponsored
cars
by
that have
Budweiser
damage.
inhibitors.
You might wonder why some of these cars that have damage, why they're staying out. Accidents happen. They can gain positions if other cars can't finish the race.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta finish for points. Now, while the FSB point system does grant a minimum of 5 points to everybody, so basically from 16th on back is 5 points. You still, if you can stick out there and pick up even just a position or two, I mean, we've only got 15 cars running right now, so every car that falls out is another point for you. And thus far, all of our broadcaster jinxes are in the race.
Oh, and you had to go say something, didn't you?
I did, because I'm just doubling down on the jinx. We got a reputation to uphold here, dang it.
Oh, the only thing is, if we keep up that reputation, that'd be 2 weeks in a row that I jinxed the same car.
Yeah, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
Oh,
Pace car's off. Jim Christopherson, Matt Watkins, Rick Johnson, Jim and Jay Dulfer, and Ken Hansen are your top 5 as we go green here on lap 92.
15 loose on the restart there. You got to try and get a in-car right around with either the 40 or the 15, but 40, and how he just does his lines differently on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, he likes to really hang it out there in 1 and 2 and then take conservative in 3 and 4. I'll get on board the 15 to watch that. There we go, we'll go on board. Matt Watkins here trailing the Highwayman. You go in low, push it up high, and then double apex it off here, carrying the maximum speed through 1 and 2.
Rick Johnson, in your mirror, that guy. See that orange car in your mirror there? That's that guy.
And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of break-ins going in the 3 and 4.
Not want that guy behind you.
You can hear Matt Watkins airing it out a little bit, breathing the throttle through 1 and 2, not holding it down.
The 40 car is just feathering his. It's just like he's been running with him the last few laps, and it's just consistent.
Go, go. 1 and 2. The 2 winningest drivers in the history of FSB.
They're 2 and 3, actually, Milty.
Well, I have 210 wins, I think,
Ooh,
myself.
40 blinks.
Just a quick little blank.
2
You'd
and
rather
3,
have that
there's
on the
no
front
way
stretch.
that these guys are going to be the winningest drivers in the history.
No, they're
of
running 2 and
this
3.
league.
Well, we got a
Oh,
great,
I got you.
great battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th here.
Christopherson rocking that steel guitar right now.
Yes, and he just, like a couple laps ago, ran his best lap of the race.
I had the wrong car earlier, and once again, we talk about him getting a win and not having connection issues, and what and he talked about it was last week, and we run so many races. What that means for him as far as his focus on just driving, or just having to worry about this connection, and that's a big part of sim racing. Having a solid deal out there where you can go out there and do the best you can without having to worry about it. And we're starting to see racing's the rhythm, man. I don't know. You get in a good groove, or you get in a bad groove sometimes, and it just matriculates one way or the other. Right now, the 40 car is on it. He's on that high,
He's just running consistent laps.
They are going to have to pit one more time from here. Still can't make it to the finish.
I'm watching that 41 just pick cars off. One
Yeah,
right
he's
after
gotten around
another.
Steve Weber. He's set his sights here on the 9. That's why I got him up on the right side, battling Ken Hansen. Gummy Bears versus Coors.
Slim Jim Gately on the apron at a P14. What has happened to Slim Jim?
Wow, did he have an unscheduled pit stop there?
Take a look, going back.
He fell back quite a bit. He was up there running for 10th place.
Yep.
Fell back.
He pitted.
That would have to be a penalty, no? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think
to
so.
pit under green at that time. While you guys follow the action here, I'll follow him back and see what the heck happened here with the 23.
I'm trying to check it out. He was P9 there for a bit.
Yeah, down pit road.
Couldn't have been a penalty.
Lim under green. Wow, that's a mystery.
Sorry,
Let's look at it
Slim. I
this
didn't
way.
mean to curse you,
He's
bud.
not going to lose a lap, and he's still P15, and he's going to
No,
run
he's 2
like
laps
hell
down.
right now. Just ran his best lap of the race. 31.345.
He might be able to make the distance if it does stay green, though.
Oh, I found the problem. I found it here. So around lap 96, he was behind Steve Weber here, and you'll see what happened. Webb checked up to stay off the 29, and coming off the corner, long slide there for the 23. And so that cooked the tires, probably did a little damage, and that's why he had to come in. But that did not bring out the caution.
Great coverage there, director. Driver, director.
He does it all.
Jinx. Yeah, I just focused on Slim, and I played it at 2x speed, 3x speed actually, until I found the problem. And now you'll take a look here at the Take a look front back on Slim. You can see that gap between the fender and the hood. Not doing him any favors from that inside contact. Now, it's not as bad as getting it on the right front, but it still doesn't help.
Damn, Fort.
You know,
And you
he's
see-
passing cars
Yeah.
now. I mean, he's got the fresh tires on there, so.
Yeah, he's got those fresh tires. He's like Superman out there, but he's 2 laps down, so.
Well, if we can make this thing go green, there's no reason why he can't get some of that back up, so.
Yeah, what he wants right now is for this to cycle to green flag pit stops, and if there's going to be a caution, have it happen then.
$15 coming up on the 40.
Yeah, he's reeled him back in. I mean, Kristofferson jumped out to a nice, substantial lead, one of the biggest leads we'd seen all night, but it is come back to
Here
Matt
comes
Watkins.
that guy in the 52.
And Rick Johnson looking strong there, like he has all night, like he is every time we get to Darlington.
Well, you know, I think there was a space last
Little nice
season
run off the
where
4.
he was
Oh, and the
kind of,
15's gonna. Will he go for it? Will
He's
he
going
go for it?
He's going.
there we
And
go.
yeah, Kristofferson lets him go wisely.
I think the 52
Good
is
move.
really starting to get back into his what he do wheels house.
Now, where Slim Jim is, you can see him just outside the frame there while we watch the battle for the lead. Slim is almost caught these guys, and he will unlap himself one time to put himself just 1 lap down. And if he can then get around TG Reese, who's showing in our standings as Tom Reese right now, he can get himself into the lucky dog spot and not have to worry about the pit cycling pushing him back to the lead lap.
Golfer smartly letting the 23 by with better tires and a mission.
I think 40 might have just missed his line there when he lost that lead because he's already caught back up to him. Now he's back in a rhythm.
Now, are these 3 going to let Slim go by and let him get another lap back, or are they going to try to hold him off? I mean,
Well, first
they're
of all, they
running
gotta-
their own race.
They're probably
so.
shocked. They're probably going to be shocked to see that he's laps down. They got to check their F2 to see that, and they probably just see Slim coming and assume this is for position.
Yeah, these
If they
guys
only-
are pros.
There
They
you go.
know,
52 lets him
they
go.
know that. They have their F screens. They can tell that.
Big run by the 40 and had to back off.
15 drifted up first, then the 40 drifted up second, doing a different little bit of line, and it was even Steven there. Slim Jim by. These guys know that they're not fighting him for position, and if he's caught him, you know, the thing in racing you always realize is when somebody catches you, there's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
They're faster
Yeah,
than you.
they're faster than you. Get out of the way,
What do you
stupid.
do? You get out of the way.
Oh, there's nothing more frustrating than when someone pulls a Ryan Newman on you. Yeah.
And Ryan Newman
It's
is
just
the
not
best.
smart. It's not smart strategy for you in the long run. You have to know your limitations and know, even if you don't have time to look at the F screen where these guys don't have much time down the straightaway. You still know this guy came from nowhere. I still got a whole bunch of grip of race left. I need to play
He's
it
got to
smarter.
capitalize on it, for sure, so.
The 15 still dealing with the 40 too here, and also, and
The 15's driving the wheels. Oh, 40 up into the wall.
Yeah, a little
Still
bump there.
going, though.
Little stripe for the 40.
Is
it
that going
never
to change the
gets
handling of
easy
that car?
at Darlington. You always, all of a sudden I broke, a yard too late. All of a sudden, oh man, I gotta save the car. That's how on the edge these guys are. Still running
15 loose
32
off out of the
5s.
corner.
Don't let him go.
He don't like it.
Oh, he's gonna charge
Fishtailed
back
that
though.
out.
Oh, almost gets into
He's
the
just
40.
trying to get in there. He's gonna let and Rick Johnson with his what he do. He don't show you his
Meanwhile,
cards.
41, Chris Beckman looking underneath 29. Jeff Hale takes the spot. Chris Beckman up to 7th now.
You don't show you his cards until it's money time.
And here comes Matt Watkins battling back on Jim Christopherson,
let him
and he's
go.
getting a little bit of apron, and Slim gets the 40.
The 23 again.
In the
Pretty
wall.
by the 40, but that was definitely not what Slim wanted to do there. And I'm sure he's going to be like, oh man, and he does.
Slim's
He
retiring, I
pulls it
think.
off.
Is that his second incident?
I don't think so, but I think he just feels bad about getting into someone who was racing for the lead.
Absolutely.
If I know Slim.
Just wanted to make sure, didn't know why he would be retiring.
Well, that's because he's a class act, and he always been, and he's one of
That's
the most
just how Slim
respected
rolls,
persons
yeah.
that I know in this league. And he gave it a shot, and he thought, you know what, man, didn't work out, and it was a combination of stuff there. Great save by the 40, and great trying to back it off.
Hey, real quick, Bill Martino checking in the chat says he's going back in the hospital for day surgery tomorrow. Hopefully that all works out for you, and we get to see you continue that comeback trail there, Bill. I know you've been through a lot already. I'm going to back up here to that exchange that caused Slim to retire.
Well, you've been around sim racing, and you've been around this league a long time, 18 years. You see people die. You see people go through stuff. Develop a friendship, yeah.
Well, here's how that exchange played out there. It looks like Matt Watkins was working on the 40. He wanted to line under there, didn't get it through 1 and 2. Still built the run off. Now going into 3 here, gets down low, catches some apron. Right there, and I think Jim Christopherson saw Matt hit the apron and thought he was going to shoot up the track, and he checked up, and Slim got into him.
Well, I mean, you're
bam.
racing. You got a good car. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Matt got the apron right there.
Matt got the
You
apron,
got a
but he
great
held it,
car,
but it spooked Jim, and that's why he checked up in front of Slim there.
And also
It was just
contact
domino
with the
effect.
52 into the 23 helped him into the 40.
15 loose out, saves it. 52 a little loose out and saves it. 40 up.
See
and
Ryan
wall
Johnson
out.
getting past there, put a lap down.
You're racing, you got a good car. You got a piece of junk and it's not running good anymore, you park it. Otherwise,
Ryan Johnson,
you're out
little,
there to race. So
little housekeeping.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Little housekeeping here. Oh no. So the teammates of Slim there, Ryan Johnson and Jeff Hale, both pitted, but Jeff Hale lost 4th gear coming out, and he has retired it. 29 car is retired as the 52 is throwing up
40
his pit message. 40 pitting. Christopherson and Johnson pitting this up, and he missed pit road. The 52 of Rick Johnson missed pit road entirely. That is going to cost him severely.
40 down pit road.
As you see, Jim Christopherson's on pits.
Entry, perfect. 40 car of Jim Christopherson down pit road.
And 15 of Matt Watkins, this forces his hand. He's got to come down now. He knows he's going to lose ground if he doesn't do it.
Struggle with connections. We're starting to see what a badass he is.
So the 15 of Matt Watkins on pit road. That cycles the lead to Jam and J Dulfer. And second place, Chris Beckman, who's been charging up through the field here. I think.
I'm live. Are you guys live or what?
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay. I wasn't seeing the 15 there, but
He hit pit road.
40 car exiting pit road right now.
Jason Dulfer hits pit road. That'll pass the lead to Chris Beckman.
Hard in, baby. Hard in, and he does.
52 of Rick Johnson finally hitting pit road after that disastrous miss. That is going to cost him dearly in the standings here. There's Matt Watkins pulling out of pit road right now, rejoining the track on the backstretch.
Skull Racing, 63 down in the stall there. Good job.
It looks like Chris Beckman.
4 tires for Skull Racing. What are you doing here right now?
You
got you're going a can and a half, right?
You're taking 4 tires, so it really doesn't matter how much fuel you put in it.
Doesn't matter. You might as well
take all you can.
Exactly. And now 41 finally hits pit road. It looks like he was staying out until he just couldn't justify staying out anymore, trying to catch that caution.
Jason Dulfer just coming off pit road. 10, 4.
You know what, these guys out front that haven't pitted yet, they're hoping for a caution really quick.
Yeah, Chris Beckman has finally hit pit road now. You see him going down this long pit road, 45 miles per hour. There is the 124 Rick Castle. He was one of the ones who had been staying out. Matt Ace had been out. Has he hit pit road yet?
The 15 is coming back into the
15 has incurred a penalty.
Oh, no.
Oh, another devastating mistake for one of our front runners.
He challenges everything, and he challenged it too far.
Chris Beckman getting away with a great stop.
Yeah, great stop there for Chris Beckman. We'll see how it cycles out. Here's Jim Christopherson. That's the third time every time I go from talking about Chris Beckman to Jim Christopherson, I want to call Jim Chris. Because
okay, so I'm
of
not
the singer.
only one.
It's not even spelled the same way, but I still do it.
No, it's just because they're, I don't know, man.
He comes out in 3rd place. He made up 3 spots for that pit stop.
Well, the horrible stops
coming out, and it's just devastating for the 15 team. Monster Motorsports doesn't hit the exit correctly. I hope he doesn't get another penalty. But he's on fire, dude. I know this dude. Right now, he's not happy.
The disastrous pit stops of the 15, the 29, and the 52. Yeah, that gained a lot of spots for guys like Jason Dulfer, Chris Beckman, Ken Hansen. My pick, he's in the lead right now. He must be the last one that has stayed out. So let's find him on the track.
Ken Hansen in P1, the beer can.
So Christopherson is your second place car. There's the beer can. And we'll see his fastest lap is 31.348 for him. Last lap 31.809. So he's pitted already.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, he's holding his own.
He must have been one of the first to hit pit road, and that gamble paid off as he was the fastest car on the track for a while, and it got him to the lead.
Looks like
that's what we talked about at the beginning of the race. When do you make that move? Okay, it was lap 120 is when the 9 car pitted. And we didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't see his chat message go up when I was checking if the 59 and the 29. Let's see if he did post it.
He's high up in the wall, almost, but he saves it out of the wall.
Yeah, that's why I missed it, because the 9 car of Ken Hansen pitted without posting. He must have had clear track around him and could get away with doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. You post when you have to pit. Can't wave your hand out the window because dude lives across the country
Yeah,
or maybe
absolutely.
in another country. You
I can
never
see
know.
Milty on Skype right now, but these guys can't see each other.
Absolutely.
Not quite the same. So Ken Hansen in the lead, making me look like a genius. Thank you very much.
Well, you
So-
know, he's the
so are
one
you-
driving, so he's a smart guy. But
So are you saying the 40's got fresher tires?
40 has fresher tires, and he's got 2.8 seconds to make up in 14 laps, and
it's
catching him is one thing.
We
But
do
this
have some lap
Darlington,
time.
passing is an entirely different matter, especially since those tires will be equalized pretty much by that point.
we shall see.
We got 2 lap
31.8
cars
last
coming up.
lap for Mr. Christopherson in P2. He's pushing.
Yeah, so let's see if we can find any battles on the track. Looks like Beckman and Dulfer is your highest position battle right now. Fantastic run again for Jason Dulfer. Can't say enough about the constant improvement and consistency, speed, clean driving, sportsmanship, everything. Jason Dulfer has been a great addition to the league, and we're glad to have him over this past year here.
Absolutely, and he's all over the 41 car. Of Chris Beckman, the Highline Racing Team, definitely strong tonight, but Rick Johnson in P5 there, I really thought he was going to make that move. His pit stop must have definitely not been what he would have liked.
I'll pass the question to
And
you
he's
guys.
coming
What?
in the grips of, now these are lap cars, so sixth place is Matt Watkins' teammate, the big cactus.
Oh, the 9 gets up into the wall a little bit.
It looks like he's okay though. He's hanging on. Little stripe, no big deal. So I'll pass the question to you guys. Considering the position here, you see already 0.7 has been knocked off that lead from Ken Hansen, the
Oh,
Jim
this is
Christopherson.
definitely doable.
If
Those
you
tires
are,
way better.
if
Let's
you
look at the
are,
lap
if
times.
you are in Ken Hansen's position, do you want this to go green all the way, or do you want a pit stop to get fresh tires and try and beat them back out again, and maintain the lead, hold serve on a shootout?
But he's hoping these lap cars ahead of this move out of the way.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want this to go green if I'm in Ken Hansen's position. If I'm in Christopherson's position, I want a caution and I want it bad. I want to reset
Good to
them
go.
and reel them in.
10 to go. With 1.7, yeah, you don't want no caution. You want to try to drive the heck out of it and see how it plays. Now, if you get a caution with 4 to go and you're in the lead, you want that one.
But yeah,
It's
because
over.
that's it. That's game over right there.
So you're basically, we got 10, but we're looking at 6.
Oh, gets pushed down the track. The leader
Do you
gets
know what
pushed
Matt
down the track.
Watkins wants? His lap back.
Well, he's got to be several down.
Dude,
Looking at the standings here, he is listed. Actually,
He
only
is
one down.
Not happy.
One lap down, and he's right on the tail of
I
our leader.
guarantee you that. The course beer can.
He's on the tail of the leader. He's got fresher tires.
Come on, son. Come on.
He wants that lap back.
And Ken Hansen wants to give it to him in as
Gotta give it
clean
to him
and
without
quick
losing.
a way.
You're
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
leader, but you know he wants it. He's way faster, but you got to give it to him on the straightaway as easy as possible.
I'm predicting he's going to take his normal line through 3 and 4 and then just give it to Matt on the front stretch here.
Absolutely. That's got to do. And he's staying down low. Almost contact, but not. No,
Beautifully
left car
executed
with Dave
there.
Owens there with his butt ripped off there on his car.
Well, now we have them in the same frame here.
Well.
They're almost in the same frame. Let's see what we get.
I come to pick a foil.
Different camera angles. Woo.
Feeling close there for the 9. Almost got a.
Yeah, last thing Rick Castle wanted to do there is punt the
Well,
leader.
the 9 is fading here. Let's see. Let's look at lap times. Leader, the beer
Well,
can, 32.9.
Been catching him.
Like I said, catching is one
And
thing.
And the 40, 32.7. That was 2/10 last lap.
See, Rick Castle, he's still trying to get his lap back because there's no more Lucky Dog now. We're inside 10 to go. So he's got to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. He's racing for position here, high.
Admin got bounced out of the game there. Hopefully that won't affect the goals here.
Well, just as long as Ken Hansen doesn't overdrive his corners, I'd say he's got it.
He's been
He's
in this
got Rick
position
Castle
before. He
here,
knows
but
what he
Rick
needs to
knows
do.
He's a veteran. He's going to have to give this up to P2 here. He's coming down.
Jim
Coming up on
Christopherson
4
having
laps
troubles
to
in
go.
that last corner.
Oh, he catches the wall off too. A little stripe there for the 40 again, as he's just hanging it out there.
Well, he's trying to catch
Digging
him.
for it.
That 124 is
Yeah.
close to him.
I think he's smacked that wall quite a bit tonight. It's got to affect the handling of that car.
Meanwhile, Jason Dolfer, I was watching that battle until it got exciting up front. Jason Dolfer has gotten around the 41 of Chris Beckman. I'm sorry we missed that pass, but Jason Dolfer is setting himself up for a podium finish here at Darlington, the toughest track on the circuit. So great run there again for Jason Dolfer and the 63 team.
The Coors Beer Can. Ken Hansen, 2 to go. 4 lap traffic with the 15 is kind of fading here.
Yeah, but he's got fresher enough tires that I think Ken Hansen likes having the 15 in front of him. He's fast. He can draft him down the straightaways.
Absolutely, yep.
Your last
keep speed up.
Got draft help behind.
I did go and look because I've been watching some races. That 9 car on your guys' 39th season or 38th season at this track was a pretty good car, and he had a pit road mistake on the final green flag pit stop. Got too close to the
Connection
wall.
issues for the 40.
Blinks out.
No.
He was just about to make the pass on the 124, and he is gone.
He wasn't going to win, but he was going to come in second, and I think that just literally evaporated for the 40. He gone, man. He gone.
Connection issues once again for the 40.
Oh, and right at the end of the race, how can you believe that?
An opportunity knocks for Jason Dolfer, the 63.
Positive stuff there, and no glitching whatsoever, and then bounce.
63
Was that
Jason
a
Dolfer
kid
will be
get
your
on
second
the
place finisher
line?
once this all sorts out with Christopherson disconnecting. Chris Beckman rounds out your podium. Rick Johnson bouncing back from that disastrous miss of pit road for a top 5.
How about that?
Steve Weber, the Big Cactus,
Good
in 6th.
win.
Ryan Johnson bounces back from his woes for a 7th place finish. Matt
Dude
Stewart,
right there, I tell
Matt
ya.
Watkins, and Rick Castle, 1 lap down, rounds out your top 10. But
Waiting
again, the
on
man of
Friday
the hour
night
is the
is-
9, the Coors
Wow.
Beer Can, Ken Hansen.
Great race, guys. Great race.
Fantastic race. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see those green flag stops. We wanted to see different strategies play out. And watch these guys have at it.
At a very difficult track. These pros are awesome.
I do believe that makes Ken a multiple-time winner this week in the different series.
I can't remember where he won earlier this week, but it sounds about right.
I'll be back.
Gotta do those donuts.
You gotta celebrate a win at Darlington. There's just nothing like it.
Wow, he's been practicing.
So yeah, I've won 7 times at this track before at FSB, and every one of them feels like I just beat Mike Tyson. It's there's nothing like a Darlington win. So burn it down, Ken.
I think he just wrote his name.
Well, if he didn't use his tires up trying to stay in first, he sure is using them up now.
Well, that's what you save them for, the burnout.
Well, it's been a great race. Shawn, I'm going to leave the winners to you.
All
it was
right.
a pleasure joining you. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks for checking in, Jeff. Little extra commentary in the booth. We love having you along. Thanks again, Adam, too. And Milty just walks away before when we're supposed to be gathering up the podium finishers. So we're gonna jump to the post race here, and you see the empty chair that is Milt Winter Jr. As I'll go and round up our podium finishers myself, I guess.
All right, thank you and enjoy it. You guys have a good evening.
All right,
Good night,
thanks,
guys.
man. Looks like the points are updated already, actually, and checking that because I do believe Ryan is Mr. Johnny on the spot again with the points. That looks about right. Let's see if it's got Ken Hansen as your Darlington. Yep, that's it.
I'm walking in. Yeah, okay.
Well-
The camera's on.
Well, yeah, you walked. Come on, you know it's the post-race process here. We got 2 of our 3 here, so you go gather up that winner there, Mr. Milty, and I'll take care of the rest of our podium as we have Chris Beckman and Jason Dulfer in here. And you guys had a great battle. I had you on the right side, and I cut away to as Christopherson caught Hansen there, and didn't see Jay get around you, Chris. But fantastic run, both of you. Chris, you had the pole, and were strong all night. Tell us about what strategy you were on there at the end and how the night went for you.
Yeah, I just want to say first off, great battle with Jason there at the end. Sorry I held you up so long, Jason, but I just knew that was going to be for a podium spot probably. So
That's what you got to do, man.
Hey, no,
Better
great
race.
racing, man.
Raced pretty hard. Yeah, I got some damage early, Shawn, scraping the wall off too. So I had to get some damage fixed and just kind of lost track position and felt like we were battling back the whole night. Pretty pleased to get it back to the top 3 there.
I mean, at Darlington, you got to assume everybody's got a scraped right side. So but yeah, great job bouncing back there. Yeah, fantastic. Strong run from the pole to the podium. Good to see you back after a little break there. And fantastic run at a great track. And Jason Dulfer, 2nd place at Darlington. Just needed a little something there to catch Ken, I'm sure. But great run, man. Tell us about your night.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it was a tough race, man. Going into here, this race, I was hoping for a top 10, and we get to racing, and I'm like, hey, man, I might be able to get a top 5. And then I'm like, heck, I might get a podium finish. I never thought I'd get a 2nd place. But hey, man, awesome race with everybody. I got to get a shout out to my teammates, Synergy Motorsports, and my beautiful girlfriend sitting here cheering me on, and all my fans that come in and watch. And you guys in the broadcast booth, FSB Racing is the bomb. This is the place to be. I love it here every week. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome to hear an excited podium finisher there. But yeah, you earned that one, man. This is a tough track, and I think you touched on it right there. You said you came into the night thinking, I want a top 10. So you went out there with just the goal to take care of the car and take what the race would give you, and that's why it worked. You can't go out there with an aggressive mentality at Darlington, and that's what paid off for you.
Kept the car clean, and I didn't hear a single hammer pound on my car all night.
You might be the only one who had a clean car out there, man, including the winner, including Jim Christopherson, who unfortunately got disconnected there on the white flag lap. Heartbreak there for the Jim Christopherson, but as you can see, he still picks up points and is tied for the lead. As you see, Ryan Johnson has updated the points. We appreciate that, Ryan. And Ken, thank you. I picked you, and you made me look good. You went out there and won it. Tell us about your night, man.
Thank you, man. Redemption from last week, I guess, right? I really wanted
Absolutely.
last week so bad.
Well, just a
But,
smart race and right at the right time. You get in front with perfect track position, and car was still on rails.
never thought that a short pit stop would work, but it did.
But you
It
got to
did
try
when you had
something.
fast lap down cars in between you, and they were still battling. I mean, that was perfect.
I ran just hard enough to not basically. I actually filled the gas tank up too because I didn't want it to go to the tight side on the long run. Probably
You
kill
might as
me a
well. You're
little bit
taking
in
4
speed,
tires
but
anyway.
it kept turning pretty good. I still wore the right front out, but just enough to. Well, it would have been interesting. Let's put it that way, because he was getting ready to pass Rick, and it would have been tough to hold him off in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it sucks for the highwayman just to get bounced like that.
Yeah, I know, heartbreak there, but somehow still, like I said, still takes the lead, and we have got a dogfight in the points head down the stretch here. 2 races
0
left.
and 0 tied for the lead. Him and
Yeah,
Daly.
dead heat for the lead right there. Although let me check the wins there. Getting into it. Where's the? Okay, so Christopherson has no wins on the season. That's interesting. I
Surprising.
thought he did. Yeah, surprisingly. And Slim
Well,
Jim has
Steve Weber
himself
won the Friday
2.
night without a win. It can happen.
It's very much so. Yeah, so Slim Jim is technically the leader there, even though it shows Jim up top, because Slim does have 2 wins on the season, and if it stays tied like this through the final 2 races, that will be your tiebreaker. So they both know what they got to do. They got to go out there and win races. And
how many races we got left?
There's 2 races left. And I'll get to the schedule here real quick. What's left on the season? Winston Cup, season 40 schedule. Bristol, which we had a great run at that Bristol SRA last time we were there. Looking forward to it. In fact, we're closing out the whole season here on SRA tracks. Tonight was Darlington SRA, Bristol SRA next week, and then close it off on the 23rd of July at Michigan.
Short track racing.
Yeah, short track
There
next
could
week.
be some,
Speedway to finish it.
Everybody's pretty chill tonight, but there could be some hard feelings. You never know. It's Bristol, baby.
Well, we ran an almost caution-free race at Bristol here on a Friday night with 2 green flag stop cycles thrown in there. So I'm looking for that again. I think we can do that. That Bristol SRA is a great track. You can run different lines, kind of like tonight. How that 3 and 4 was weird. How you had to get up high. Completely different from the SDT like we usually ran. But,
Yeah, because I usually run the bottom, so I was trying to make it work down there.
Yeah, I saw that. Especially if Jim had caught you there at the end, he would have had to run a defensive line through 3 and 4.
Yeah,
Even
well,
from getting
he would
under
have had to go up high.
Yeah, he would have basically had to force him to cold trickle it and go up high. And you could be Ratty Burns running the wall.
I watched Matt scare the shit out of me. He went in there and blew it up. And scraped the wall and go, no, not in front of me.
Yeah, and then there was man, there was one where Matt went in there on the apron and he stuck it, but there was a spook behind him. A bunch of cars checked up. So again, fantastic race. Congrats again to our podium finishers, Chris Beckman, Jason Dulfer, your race winner, Ken Hansen. Thanks everybody for tuning in out there. We got a great points battle like we were just talking about there. 2 more races to go on this season, then we take the long 6-week break
20
between
plus
season 40 and 41. Yep. That was a peak I saw. I think the little graph here, if that's to be believed, that I'm looking at here on YouTube, said the peak was about 24. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thanks again, as always, our series admin, Ryan Johnson, keeping this thing running, keeping the points updated for us to talk about here at the end. Thanks, Sam Young, the league owner, promoter, keeping the game and the sim running here. And I thank all the drivers for coming out and making the show. And of course, Milty, my partner in the booth there. Thanks again to Adam and Jeff for also adding their commentary. Our in-race reporter there. Dan Jones giving us a little perspective. I know you were too busy to pop in tonight, Chris, because, man, this just track has your hands full, but we appreciate all the times you pop in the booth here to give us some in-race insight through the season.
I don't know if Bristol will be any better next week, but we'll
Yeah,
see what
Bristol.
I can do.
Bristol, I have a hard enough time even keying the mic to talk to my teammates at Bristol because the straightaways are just so darn short. There's no pit strategy at Bristol either because you can't change. There's no time to hit the F keys.
It's going to be a fight. That's
Exactly.
for sure. It's going to be a fight. Yeah.
I'll stop in under caution. How about that?
Alrighty. I don't know. I think we're gonna go caution free next week. I'm calling it. I'm calling it a low caution count at Bristol. We can do it. You guys can do it. I have faith in you guys. So I'll see you next week. But until then, for FSB Racing Live, saying goodnight, I've been your host, Shawn Reap.